Hey guys, Pyker here, and welcome back to another episode of Kethane Space Program. In this episode, we are docking two modules to our space station that we put up in orbit last episode. So I made a little bit of an adjustment to our launch sequence. I put bigger SRBs with a larger amount of thrust on them. I also added in an extra little stage to for pretty much for docking purposes only. Um, so yeah, we're gonna test this thing because I haven't. So we'll see how well this goes. Oh, fun stuff. Whoa, what is that all about? What the hell was that? Anybody else know what the hell that was all about? No, whatever. I don't know what that was about at all. Well, oh well. At least we're getting into orbit. I hope, anyways. Maybe these SRBs weren't the best choice. Because now we are losing a lot of our vertical velocity. I think I need to just put a bigger engine on this rocket. I think that might just be the problem. And I'm also going to disable this crossfeed. There we go. Disable crossfeed. I don't want it using my fuel out of my space station pod. But this is our crew pod. It's got one regular set of life support on it, a bunch of batteries, some lights, comms dishes, a little bit of RCS fuel with a little bit of rocket fuel. So I think it'll be fine the way it is, and then I'll be building another pod that will house all of our life support pretty much, and more batteries and like our KAS or our Kerbal attachment system bins, so we can put some stuff in there as well. Yeah, I might even put like an escape pod on it, just to have one, so I can get back down to the surface if I need to. But I haven't decided yet. I really don't know if I really need to do that. I mean, it's not a huge issue, so I probably will anyways, just to have one, because I think it'd be nice to have. Just make like a pod with a little bit of RCS on it and a heat shield and some parachutes, and that's an escape pod. Just something that's just enough to get back into the atmosphere. I think will be perfect as an escape pod. I might even actually use just like a one-person pod, but I think a three-person would probably be better in case we need to take more than one person down from our space station. Still going straight up. I think I'm going to go ahead and start kicking over now. Now that we're out of the brunt force of the atmosphere. We don't have any solar panels on this thing, so I have a lot of electric charge, so it'll be fine. But I want to get hooked up to our space station as quickly as I possibly can. I'm already off by a little bit. But all I need for this main stage to do is to get me into orbit. As soon as it can get me into orbit up to, I want to get up to 125 kilometers above the surface, or 125, and then get into a circular orbit, so we can either, right now it's pretty much splitting the difference. It'd probably be quicker to try to catch up with our space station than it would be to have our space station catch up with us. So we are in space. So let's just kick over all the way now and just gain as much horizontal velocity as we possibly can. Unless this is it. Oh no, it's not. But I'm going to get up above 120 because that is one of the marks for time acceleration. So if we can get above that one mark, we should be a little bit quicker to actually rendezvous with our space station. I guess I could have honestly just waited for our space station to come around, but I decided to launch now, and I don't know why. So don't judge me. We are still not great on fuel. I just want this thing to get to 120. Bring it up a little bit. There we go, 120. All right, so let's set the maneuver node here and adjust to match our space station right now, because I think that would just probably be easier to do it that way. Oh, a little too much. That's fine. Get this out to where we need it to be. Actually, scratch that. I just want to get it in line, and then we'll burn for our orbital insertion. I'm not using my RCS now because I don't have a lot of it, but I mean I don't have little of it either. So I mean I just oh man, there's something in my throat right now. Jeez. I don't, I just don't want to use our monoprop if we don't have to, or our RCS fuel, whichever you prefer to call it. All right, getting ready for that burn. Let's fast forward a little bit just to get this sped up a little bit. All right. A little bit. And good. Calling it good right there. 0-0. I am all right with that. All right. Let's point the correct direction again, which I believe is this way. How much fuel do we have left? Not a lot at all. I mean, I'm going to burn for a second, and then I'm going to have to ditch this stage, which is fine because it'll re-enter the atmosphere, so I won't have any space debris to clean up. There we go, and fire this, and it's out. Get rid of it. Throttle up. And I think this engine will do the rest of the work pretty easily. Pretty easily, I hope, anyways. It doesn't burn fuel very quickly, so I think that this engine will suffice for our needs of rendezvousing. Come on, get into orbit. Probably use my RCS now because I don't have any reaction wheels on this. Alright. Alright, let's catch up with our space station. This is what I'm talking about. It only lets me go up to 50 when I'm below 120 kilometers. So that's why I wanted to get above 120 kilometers. So I can catch up faster. Hopefully our resources will be fine. Yeah, we're looking good. 126. Okay, so once we head and hit our apoaps, we'll burn again to bring our periaps up to above 120 so we can actually fast forward at a reasonable rate, and then we can hook up with our space station. And good. Alright. Let's hook up with our space station. I hope. Anyways. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut right here, and I will bring you guys back once we're ready to dock with our space station, just so we don't have to sit around and watch this stupid crap. So I will see you guys in a second. All right, guys, we are at our space station with our crew module. So let's get this show on the road here. I'm gonna control from here, and I'm gonna set this as my target. So let's flip around so we don't look like a moron here. All right, let's get lined up. Our docking ports in line, anyways. Things are backwards. All right, This engine is throwing me off by a lot right now. So this might be a little bit more difficult than I originally anticipated. I feel like I say that a lot. Actually, I'm pretty sure I say that a lot. All right. So we're pretty much lined up. I just need to be very careful about one, hitting those solar panels because that would be bad. Two, um, obviously this engine that is connected is throwing off our center of mass, anyways, to our RCS thrusters. So it's kind of wonky, which I'm not the biggest fan of right now. But let's see if this helps. Line that guy up. We are coming in a little too fast for my liking. Okay. We are looking good. Oh. Alright, that is doable. Let's watch the solar panels here so we don't knock into them for no reason. Just do a little adjustments here and there. I just really don't want to hit anything with this. Oh, we're going off course a little bit here. Alright, we're like dead on. Come on now. Give me some connections. Connect. Connect. Oh, there we are. Awesome. Sweet. We have one part of our space station connected and built and ready to go. So what we're actually going to do is take the rest of this fuel out of this engine here. And ditch this engine because we obviously don't need it anymore. So there's no reason to have it on our space station. So we'll take all the fuel from it. Make sure. How does this fuel get used from here? But let's just transfer so at least one tank on this thing has a full amount of fuel. All right, so that guy's good. All right, so let's disconnect this guy. So we'll decouple that because we don't need it anymore, and it can slowly float away from us. And we can either one grab that later and deorbit it, or two we could just fucking take it out in the map mode and at the space center. All right, so we need to get on to building our life support module now. So let's head back to the space center. Oh, my game crashed. Well, I will restart that game and yeah, I'm gonna do that and I will bring you guys back into the VAB. Alright guys, we are in the VAB and this is gonna be our life support module. It's got a regular life support container on it. It's got a water purifier and an oxygen purifier on it, as well as plenty of batteries, RCS fuel, regular fuel, and our KAS bins so we can put stuff in here. More than likely, I think I'm going to add pretty much just pipe endpoints. I mean, why not, right? We could always use pipe endpoints. There's nothing wrong with that. And what else could we use in here? Well, we could do a bunch of science stuff. So we could say a barometer, a thermometer, accelerometer, and what's the other one? What else am I looking for here? No, that's pretty much it. Let's just do two of all of those. So we're pretty much the same weight as the other side, so it doesn't throw us off. Mobility enhancer, we don't need that. endpoint. I don't think we really need that either. Let's close this side, and we'll go back over here and see if we can make them the same weight. Okay, it's off by 2 units. I don't know how much weight that actually is, but that may or may not affect the launch. I hope it doesn't, but we will find out. So yeah, this is gonna be our 3rd and final pod for our space station, and it's got pretty much everything we need. So I am going to go ahead and build the rest of the rocket, and we're gonna go and launch it. Hopefully, rendezvous with our space station in the next couple minutes. So I will see you guys in a second. All right, guys, we are on the launch pad, and let's see how fast we can get this up to our space station. Go! I got the new KSB vanilla solid rocket boosters on there. They have a lot more fuel, a little less thrust than our last SRBs, but they have like almost double the amount of fuel. So I think these might be the better choice. It's called experimentation, finding out which parts are the best for our launch vehicles. And I think I fixed the problem with the unwieldy mod or pod here. Is I put another RCS block on the bottom engine for our docking, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit simpler for us to actually connect to our space station. Also, holy crap, these SRBs are way better. We're almost out of the first layer of the atmosphere, and we got a quarter tank of fuel left on our SRBs, so I am stoked right now. We may or may not even need the little engine that I put on here, but hey, I will take it. Getting rid of these, get rid of those. Oh, don't hit anything. Hitting things is bad. Holy crap, look at that. We're already at 21 kilometers above the surface. That is sweet. And we launched at a time that is actually suitable to possibly rendezvous with our space station in a quick and effective manner. At least I'm hoping that is the case. So we're gonna tip over and start getting going horizontally here. We're pretty much out of the thick of the atmosphere, so I feel okay about tipping over. I almost that scared me there for a minute. It kept going and I wasn't stopping, so it freaked me out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and say that this pod that we have right now is really heavy because we are not accelerating at any kind of speed. But, yeah, we'll be all right. We got more than enough battery charge. We don't need solar panels for this thing either. We have 4,810 units of electric charge, which is a lot. This is a lot. Disabling this crossfeed again, just so I can disable, so we don't use any of that fuel. We don't have to. Set this as our target. We're off a little bit, but I don't know by how much. Let's see if we can point down a little bit, see if that changes. Yes, it does. So we'll point down a little bit, just under our space station, and we'll hopefully be able to line right up with it. Looking good. All right. Well, this episode turned into quite a bit of many of parts. This is gonna be fun editing this episode. Oh, look how much fuel we have still. Man, those SRBs were the way to go. Holy crap. All right. Well, yeah. I don't know, guys. I mean, this is looking way easier than anything we've done before. That's kind of funny. All right, well, I think we're going to save the docking for next episode. We'll make a little quick snippet for next episode, but we are going to go ahead and let our Kethane satellite scan Minmus, or continuously scan Minmus, so we can figure out where exactly we can land and how much science we can gather. So we're going to go ahead and do that next episode. We'll also be making a Apollo-style lander and command pod to head out to Minmus next episode. So thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. It does help with search rankings and all that fun stuff. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode of Kethane Space Program or any other video game Let's Plays that I might put out, which might be a couple new ones coming up. I don't know yet. Maybe. We don't know. We are deciding on what I want to do. Yeah. So if you have any comments about these episodes or what you think we should do, go ahead and leave that down in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you all next time.